you can look younger and also be younger, right? A lot of people do a lot of stuff on the outside to look younger, but they don't deal with the easiest hack, which is getting younger from the inside out. They're all related to ways to lower inflammation and help repair and rejuvenation of your entire body, including your skin and your face and so forth. The first is food, obviously. So what you eat plays an enormous role. The key thing is you want to have high levels of certain nutrients, whether it's vitamin C, vitamin A, zinc, biotin, omega-3 fats. These are critical nutrients, the carotenoids, that help produce healthy skin, healthy collagen, reduce inflammation, or antioxidants. We are what we eat, and we're basically creating the building blocks of our structure from the food we eat. So if we eat junk, we end up having junk molecules building our tissues, right? Whether it's the fats we eat or the proteins we eat. So what's interesting about fat is that the majority of the fat in American diet is hidden fat in processed food in the form of refined soybean oil. It's about 10% of our calories, 1,000% fold increase since the 1900s. And these can be very inflammatory, and when consumed in large amounts, they're easily oxidized, and they're not really what we should be built from. Omega-3 fats, on the other hand, and saturated fats are the better fats for our biology. They're the things we've actually evolved eating and help construct better cells, better membranes, better skin. So one of the things, if you're omega-3 deficient, it's really common to have dry, patchy areas on your skin, to have dry skin, pale skin, flaky skin, dry hair, crisp, brittle hair. There's a whole bunch of clinical symptoms I look for when I can actually tell from someone's actual physical nutritional exam whether they're deficient in omega-3 fats. Hard earwax, for example, is another clue. So we can begin to see that we need to eat the right fats so that we can actually build our tissues from the right substances. And these omega-3 fats are very anti-inflammatory, whereas the omega-6s in the wrong ratio or out of balance are inflammatory. We need the balance. It's not inflammatory bad or good. We need both. We need omega-6 fats are essential fats. Linoleic acid is an essential omega-6 fat. Omega-3 fats are essential. You have to get them from the diet, but you don't need the volume we eat now. We used to eat, maybe 1-to-1 omega-3 to 6, or 2-to-1 omega-6 to omega-3. The next is hot and cold therapies, because our skin is an excretory organ. It's the biggest organ in our body. So when you sweat, when you actually create this experience of your body in these extreme temperatures of extreme heat and cold, and I'm staying in a place now where literally I'm doing it twice a day. They have a sauna and a cold plunge, and it's amazing when you come out, your skin looks revived and fresh. You excreted all the sort of superficial toxins, deeper toxins, and we're supposed to sweat and we're supposed to excrete those things. And then the cold also resets your autonomic nervous system. So your skin is innervated by nerves, it brings blood flow and circulation, so it helps to revive your skin. Basically, my routine is I'll wake up, I'll write for a little bit, I'll work out, I'll sort of fast, sort of do like an intermittent, time restricted eating. And then I'll turn the sauna on, I'll go in the sauna and I'll stand there pretty much until I can't stand it, 10, 15 minutes. And then I go in the ice plunge as long as I can. Now, what the science says is just fascinating about this. With saunas, it actually activates your innate immune system. It activates heat shock proteins. So a lot of what happens with our skin is the degradation of proteins. And heat shock proteins really help to repair and refold proteins in ways that actually make them back to normal. It also helps you detoxify your skin and get rid of all the sludge and stuff that builds up over time if you're putting stuff on your skin or if you're not sweating. So sweat really helps. And so it's really an anti-inflammatory treatment. It also helps reset your autonomic nervous system. So lower stress means lower cortisol. Cortisol causes your skin to thin and to break down. And the cold treatments also are really amazing because they reset your autonomic nervous system and they help to actually activate what we call brown fat, which increases metabolism and your overall metabolic health. And so combining those two together will actually extend life and help you look better. I'm not doing it for how I look. I'm doing it because it's the most powerful stress reset I've ever experienced. It literally just clears out all the stress. Sometimes I think I'm tired, and actually not. It's the accumulated stress of working, thinking, writing all day, sitting in the chair. It's just stressful. Like it's the normal stress. And I'll do something like that, and all my energy will come flooding back. And I go, wow, this is the best magic trick. So If I'm tired or I'm a little, stressed, it's the greatest way to do a reset. I try to do it every day. If you can't, 2-3 times a week is good. People don't have the availability often, but there's hacks, right? You can actually take an extremely hot bath. That helps. And then you can go in a cold shower. Most people don't have a problem with that. But most people have a bath and most people have a shower. So, and the other thing you can do is wake up every morning and take a nice cold shower, which I did when I was in Vermont for a month by myself, which was quite interesting. I quick coffee and went for the cold shower, and I'll tell you it worked. And I was traveling and I found out a cold plunge. I did it every morning when I woke up. It's the best way to wake up. You're like, whoa, okay, I'm up now. The third is movement. Exercise plays a huge role too, for the same reasons. It actually increases circulation, lymphatic flow, lymphatic function. The way that your lymph system works, which is the detoxification system in your body that clears out all the fluids that are full of metabolites and inflammatory compounds. It removes them from your body, and things that aren't even in your circulation from the tissues, puts it into your lymph system, then it dumps into your circulation so you can detoxify it. And exercise is the only way to really activate that. Diet helps too, but exercise is super important. And I think also it helps with reducing inflammation. It can activate your antioxidant systems. It can help with excretion of toxins from your skin. It can just overall help your overall sense of wellness and well-being. So I think from that perspective, it also makes you feel younger too. One of the things that ages us most is what we call the hallmarks of aging. There's a whole series of underlying breakdowns that happen in our biology as we age that drive accelerated inflammation and oxidative stress. And so when you see wrinkles, when you see skin damage, when you see poor quality skin, it's often a sign of inflammation and or oxidative stress. It's interesting, my main sun exposure has been on my face, but if I look at, my skin health, and I would guess, I was getting body work done by somebody, like, man, you have the body of a 30-year-old. Your skin health, elasticity, because you can actually take your skin and you can pull it up and you see how long it takes to go down, and it shouldn't be like, if you're old, it takes a long time, but for me, it's pretty quick, and it can take up to a minute sometimes if you're old for the skin to go down. So you can actually have youthful skin by taking care of the inside. Now, if you get a lot of sun damage, that's going to cause UV radiation, and that creates external inflammation and external oxidative stress, which is what happens. So I need to deal with that because I rented a convertible in LA and I got too much sun this week. But and there's ways to fix that. But the beautiful thing about exercise is that it addresses all these hallmarks of aging. So whether it's DNA mutations, whether it's protein issues and protein folding issues, whether it's inflammation, or whether it's your metabolic health, we call it nutrient sensing, which is blood sugar issues, which are hugely related to your skin health, whether it's mitochondrial and energy production, all these things play a role in your skin health. So the more you can do to actually halt or reverse these hallmarks of aging, which I'm going to talk a lot about in my book, Young Forever, you actually can look younger and also be younger.